East Harlem is a bustling community riddled with social issues that have plagued community residents for years. With the highest unemployment rate in New York City, teenage pregnancy, AIDS, drug abuse, homelessness, and an asthma rate 5 times the national average, living in East Harlem is a struggle unto itself. For the last 33 years, one man has worked to make change. Angelo Martinez, founder of Just Us Sports, and a father figure to many.
Hey, my name is Angelo Martinez. I was born and raised here in the East River Projects, representing Just Us Sports. For the past 33 years, since I was 15 years old, I've been doing what I love to do, and that's coach here in East River Projects. You know, to me, it's like I said, it's self-gratification and a good feeling in my heart that I can help a youth to become somebody. Growing up in the 70s here in East River Projects was a wonderful place to be a kid. There was always something to do and somebody was always watching after your back. I was the organizer of the block. I would come outside 10 o'clock in the morning, call my friends out the window, schedule a game of sponge ball. Lunchtime would come, we'd go get free school lunch, come back in the projects, do the same thing.
When I first met Angelo, he was a real funny guy, man. We go way back from when we was in public school together. That's how long I know Angelo. I know Angelo for over 40 years.
He was actually a funny kind of guy. He was a comedian. He used to snap all day long, you know? And what we did growing up a lot, we played sports all day long.
We started out playing ball together. He was our first baseman, and then he became one of our coaches. I learned a lot about baseball through Angelo.
I was one of the first teams that he coached. And he was a kid himself. Like, we was only a few years apart.
When I was 15 years old, I tried out for a Little League team through the man I call my mentor. His name was Stevion Ocasio, but I was too old to play on the team and asked me if I wanted to coach a Pee Wee League team in Central Park. 15 years old, what I got to lose, I went out there and I seen how great it was to see these kids and smile on their faces, and then to achieve something, I just caught the bug on from there.
Throughout the 1970s, East Harlem underwent numerous changes. As the urban middle class began to take flight into the suburbs, they left behind a community entrenched in drugs and poverty.
Change that I seen growing up here, you know, a place from being family orientated to gang affiliated, and then crack came out. When that came out, it just changed the whole structure of family over here. With the drug game, it just turned into a war zone.
Good evening, I'm Alice Gaynor.
And I'm Dick Brennan. Welcome to the news at 9. First at 9, a crime just feet away from a school. A teenager shot in the head in East Harlem.
Breaking news, an NYPD officer rushed to the hospital after being shot in the head in East Harlem.
A family is in mourning tonight after a deadly shooting in Harlem. An innocent woman was just watching a card game when she was hit and killed.
It was in the late 80s. The violence was like uncontrollable. It was uncontrollable, and the ones that were suffering were the kids. So, you know, to give them something positive to look forward to, you know, I started a league called Just Us Sports, which involved the kids from the East Harlem community, which gave them an outlet and a safe haven to come play and experience recreational activities outside of the community and let them know that it's you know, more than just this place over here. You know, Madison Square Garden, Barclays Center just recently. I felt that I needed to fill that gap that was missing here with those type of activities to keep these kids in a positive influences.
Starting a program of this nature is never easy or simple. With the support of the community and parents, Just Us Sports had the opportunity to grow.
At the game with the Just Us fan. That's a very famous dude right there. Try poking him in the stomach. This is one of the benefits of working with kids. This is like some of the events that I've been to with them throughout the years. New York Knicks, WNBA All-Star games, college basketball, the Mets, the Yankees, Radio City Music Hall, Rangers, and it goes on, concerts, Broadway shows, movies. You know, a lot of this stuff comes from good friends or mostly out of pocket. Hopefully one day that we won't have to worry about that. You know, we'll be funded, and there's still many more years to come. But I'm not giving up just yet. At first, you know, people were just skeptic of what I'm doing, of course, because, you know, the way things were going there, you wouldn't just allow your child with just anybody. But as years passed by and months, and they find out how much more people were getting involved and how much needed it was in our community, you know, a lot of the parents embraced me open arms.
I thank God for Angelo, because it's programs like this that help keep our kids off the streets and give them some good orderly direction, and this helps them to become better young men.
His work it speaks volumes. There's a lot of kids that I've seen, they're in the negative, they get under his wing, and it's just a switch. They're into the school, they're into the sports, they're off the streets, they're being productive.
All right, some of you guys are here today who have kind of like a little bit of history. It's either with like Jay over here, who when he was your age played on my team. Now it's an honor to have all three of his kids playing, his daughter, his son. This is a beautiful thing that we got going on. You know, we have a whole lot of new players here and a whole bunch more parent support. What up, brother? What's going on? Good. Let's go. So we're gonna come out here, work hard all season. We're gonna have fun. Win or lose, we're gonna do our thing.
So we got second game. We're gonna play our all. We're gonna play defense and we're gonna play offense and we're gonna play like a team. All right? Y'all want this championship next week? Show me that y'all want this game this week after we got the second game, all right?
It's a brand new game for us. We must win. There's no room for errors. I want everybody to be on tight defense. On three, make it loud, make it loud. 1, 2, 3, championship!
Words can't even say or describe what he does for these kids in East Harlem, putting them into, you know, football, baseball, whatever sport it is. He's like a father figure to all of them. To the ones that don't have fathers, that's my brother. He's there to help them in any way. And he loves what he does.
On three, just us, real loud. To let them know over there that even though we're not playing on the field, as pretty as that, we're still gonna come out here and have fun. 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir!
My first time meeting Angelo had to be like 85, 86, one of the years. Like my peer group, it changed our lives. Like it gave us something else to do besides running the streets. I feel what Angelo brings to the community that's missing is viability. These children have no guidance, they have no structure, they have nothing to look forward to. I remember my first jersey. I still got my first jersey actually. I remember my first trophy. He showed me what it was like not only to compete, but to win. What he brings is priceless. I only hope that one day I get the means where we can take this to every community, because every community needs a Just Us Sports.
You know, Angelo has been a huge role model for a lot of young minority kids that are growing up in East Harlem and basically throughout the city. When I was younger, when I was playing, you know, I had lost my parents when I was very young. Angelo basically helped me become who I am today.
Angelo is one of the best guys from the community. He's always been there for the kids. He's one of a kind. He stands out among everyone else because he's always been there for everyone.
What's going on today here is East River Wilson Day. It's a day where it's like an anniversary of the projects. Everybody comes back. You know, you see new and old friends. It's like a big reunion, basically. So we're born and raised here. It's been changed, man. I wish it was for the better. They say not too much good comes from the projects, man, but to me, that's a myth. You know, there's a lot that could come out of the projects because I seen it. I lived it. Me and my brother right here. It's good. It's nice to see you, man. Still look good. Still looking good. Still young. How old are you now? 84. Wow. God bless you, man. God bless you.
Angelo's holding the legacy of East River Projects, and he's helping the kids, letting them know there's another way besides just hanging out in the street. And I commend you for that, Angelo.
Thanks, bro. We just came from the back, and those people back there are very important to me. Growing up in the community, those are the people that watched after me as a kid and made sure I stood straight. People right there made me who I am today. Taught me to respect the elderly and to always help those in need from around here. So that's what I try to spread to my kids now. You help the elderly and the ones in need. And you know, and God will do the rest. You know, it's a little emotional going back there and seeing all of them. But you know, it's a beautiful thing to still see them around.
East River Day brings out lots of familiar faces, and one of the more recognizable is Jesse Sapp, a former Georgetown Hoya and Just Us Sports alumni. Jesse was heavily recruited coming out of New York City and spent 4 years at Georgetown playing in some of the biggest games and experiencing once-in-a-lifetime moments that every kid dreams of.
There's a lot of stuff that he's done that people on the inside really know.
You know, and I don't think that he gives his just due. I mean, he appreciates it because he gets to see a kid smile. He gets to see a kid happy. You know, and that's the most important thing about it. But it doesn't. Nobody really knows where it comes from. Like, that's why I shouted him out. I shouted him out because that's what he's done for me. And if anything I can do for him, any little thing I can do for him, then I'll make sure, even if it's from coaching or refereeing, or if I'm able to do it, if I'm here to do it, then I'm going to do it for him, and he knows that.
So what I get out of it is self-gratification, man. To see a kid go from the bottom to be, just become a productive citizen and learn to respect his parents and just stay focused on what's ahead of them instead of what's surrounding them.
Trash removal and pileups are serious problems across New York City housing, and East Harlem isn't exempt.
Some of the early obstacles we had to face was actually looking for a safe place to play. With the deterioration of this neighborhood, there's not really anywhere where we can call our playground.
The shortage of playgrounds has become such a problem in the East Harlem area that people outside of the residents have begun to take notice.
We're here in the East River Community Center today with Partnerships for the Parks. They come down here to try to improve our park here in the East River projects. There's $130 million to be spent for 35 parks. Just want to show support and make sure that we get a little bit of that because it's important that we get our parks fixed, and I'm glad there's people here today to show that support, so I'm out here to support them.
As we discuss the planned renovation that Mayor de Blasio and Parks Commissioner Mitchell Silver have allocated funds for, we want your input, your ideas, your concerns about this area, and not just for the capital renovation and design, but also going forward. What are some of the issues that you see there? What would you like to see it look like? What kinds of things would you like in the playground? We can't do everything, of course, but we're going to try and do a lot of great things. We have a lot of experience doing playgrounds, and we want to make it so it works for you and so you enjoy it.
He's a very instrumental figure for the kids in this park.
I'm a coach, I'm a volunteer coach. We do sports year-round.
Yeah, so you
basketball,
do
football.
Right,
we
so
do flag football, we do softball. Any given time on the weekend, you'll find me in that park with 40 or 45 kids.
Yes, outrageous, awesome.
Great things as a kid.
Not even words.
She's my advocate. Give me 5 for that.
Yes.
Hello everybody, good evening. For those who don't know me, my name is Angelo Martinez. I was born and raised here at East River Projects. Since I was 15, I've been the coach here. Today's my birthday, I make 49. So that's about 34 years of volunteer work. So we prioritize the list, and I think that basketball courts are a priority because the past 5 years we were missing courts and our children had to move to other parts of the community to play ball.
Do you think this was helpful?
This is my first time that, something like this, that I've attended a meeting here for the sole purpose of especially getting our park fixed so our kids have a safe place to play. Like I said, we take the kids out of the neighborhood to practice because the conditions are just plural, real bad. I can't risk the safety issue there. So hopefully, with the help of these people, it'll be a fun place to go back and play again. I just want to say thanks a lot for coming down. Appreciate it.
You sound like a great man.
Thanks,
doing a lot for the community.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I love
it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Our future, the kids. Thanks, man, for coming down. The way that the park could change the face of the community is that the children have a safe haven to play, a place where they can go and hone their skills and go out there and stay out of the negativity that's surrounding the neighborhood. Go up in there and become all that you can be. Dreams do come true. I've seen it happen. And it starts off with the community, people in it.
When Angelo works with these kids and their parents in a Just Us program, he can relate with their struggles and daily problems. Angelo and his daughter lived in and out of homeless shelters for a period of time, even while he ran the program. Having an apartment and a place to call his own is something he cherishes.
That's why I come to get away from everything, my peace, my sanctuary, after a hard day's work. It's good to come home something that you own, not own, but rent. Like I said, I'm very grateful. A couple of years ago, 7, 8 years ago, I didn't have a place. I was going through some stuff, and me and my daughter, we were living at a shelter, So to have a place of your own and to know that, you have a secure job and that you'll be able to pay the bills and have a roof under your head, come home for a hot shower, somewhere you could cook, that's very important in life, especially, for the stability of a kid. It took me little by little to get things, but, in a matter of 3 years, I got what I didn't want, but what I needed, But it's still a little work in progress, but I'm very appreciative. There's nothing like home, no place like home, especially when it's yours.
Angelo's work, his family, and passion for helping kids keep him going. Although he's had some great experiences to look back on, he's also had his share of bad experiences as well. Nonetheless, he's motivated throughout it all.
About 20 years ago, this kid who I tried to help off the streets, actually pulled out a gun and shot me 2 times in the back. At that point, I just started blaming everybody. I started telling myself, all the good that I do, God, how could you, let this happen to me? From that point on, I thought about giving it up, and when I woke up in the hospital and I saw the condition that I was in and still alive, I knew that it was only one person that could make that happen and that I was here for a purpose, put on this earth to guide these children in the right direction, to make sure that our future is secure and everything is good.
Doing this type of selfless work and seeing kids thrive is what motivates Angelo. But as each year passes by, Angelo and the Just Us sports team need all the financial help they can get to ensure the kids are being provided the necessary resources.
A lot of people be like, you're doing a great job, and I appreciate that. But I wish I could get more support, because that's what matters most. At times I felt burnouts. You can probably see it physically. There's some weight losses. Everybody goes through problems, but the kids make me channel everything away. Because once you think you're having a bad day, you look into a kid's eye who's having a worse day, and all that just goes away.
Oh my God, I think he can come so far with more resources and support for these kids.
Now with funding, I can see his organization becoming city, statewide. This man here, Angelo Martinez, deserves to have major backing, and so does his organization.
If he had the resources, this can be something monumental because children need something to aspire to. Children need to know that they can win.
Another standout alumni member of the program is Kenny Marcus. Growing up in East Harlem, Kenny was afforded an opportunity to attend boarding school. He went on to attend and graduate college and relocate to Pennsylvania, where he is the manager at a growing insurance company.
My name is Kenny Marcus, family member of Just Us Sports. I'm going to basically walk you through our everyday, day-to-day basis, what we do here exactly, and how I started from Harlem with Just Us Sports with Angelo, and now I'm a successful businessman running a multi-million-dollar company. After the deals are written, we get the people on the health insurance policy. They're the ones who finalize that. They get them on the phone, verify the payment information is correct, verify the address, make sure the policy goes into play, and that's it. My mother, she was very strict. She never really wanted me to go outside the streets, and Angelo approached my mother, respectful manner, like he's done many times with hundreds of kids. He's a good kid, and when he's out of your sight, he's in mine. Developing that teamwork, sportsmanship, conduct, playing an organized sport, that was my first time doing that. Those are the memories, the foundation that was set by Just Us Sports that led me to the successful spot in which I'm in today. So again, everything you taught me basically, wherever I go, Harlem goes. I make sure everywhere I go, I bring that passion I was born with, that rage, the love, everything I was raised with in Harlem, East River, I carry that with me wherever I go. So wherever I go, we go. That's it. A lot of people, such as myself, were raised by a single parent. My mother was left making all the hard decisions and making things happen. Angelo was there to show us what was right from wrong. He was there to, again, facilitate an environment in which you can be a kid and have fun, and you can sometimes escape the reality of what you were exposed to. That's another team. This is where I started at. We like to keep a lively environment. We make sure that if you're having problems, help the person next to you, help the person to your left, help the person to your right. We have a common goal to make money. And we're going to make it there fast if we work together. That's right. Teamwork, sportsmanship, like you taught me.
My boy Kenny Marcus, a kid who grew up in the East River projects, with a dream. He went away to boarding school at a certain age, moved over to Reading, Pennsylvania, made a life for himself. And, to see where he's at now and see where he came from, it just shows that, there is a way out. You just got to have the right mindset and the heart to do it.
I made a promise to my mom when I was 15. I'm 25 years old. And I said, 10 years later, even now, it's starting to come into fruition. And that's due to your upbringing, your rearing what you taught me as far as, don't give up on your dream. Keep pushing. There's better for you. Look outside these walls. And I'm glad that I was able to be a success story, so we have your story to be told. Your story is an important story for people to hear.
To see at the point that you are today, man, there's nothing else I can ask for as a coach. These are the rewards that I seek, the self-gratification, to see you, to be a successful young man running a corporation like this, healthy relationship, in a good place with yourself, body, mind, and soul, I can't ask for anything more, man. When people ask me, how could you do what you do for free? If they could see where I'm at today and where you're at, that'll answer all the questions, man. It's a pleasure to be out here, man, to see you. I'm so proud of everything that you're doing. We need more Kenny Marcuses, man, like you in the neighborhood, You're showing the kids that there is a way out, man. It's bigger than the block. This proves it right here. We didn't come out here for nothing, man. Keep doing your thing, bro, and shine, bro. You're making us all proud, man. About a month passes by, and we get emails and they call me and Kamori, and it's an invite to Mr. Allen's Christmas party at a castle. Went out there and got a suit. He said to invite a couple of kids, my daughter. Okay, yeah, we getting ready to attend this Christmas party here, held by boss Kenny Marcus. We got the guys here from Kenny's own neighborhood, Dazon, nephew Alex. Waiting for the inspiration of my life, my daughter Brandy. It's really big for me for her to be here to share this with me. Everybody looks really nice up in there, all the employees in there. There's great food, great drinks, great speakers. One of the speakers was Damon John. Most of you might know him from the founder of FUBU. He was one of the sharks on Shark Tank. He's worth about $300 million. He got up there and spoke about, his dream and how he made it come true. I'm telling everybody, no matter how old you are, never give up on your dreams. There's no expiration date on them, and everything he said was so positive. The night was great. We got to kick back and chit chat with him. He was just like any normal person, but the hard work he had to put in and the dedication he had from home, coming from a single mom, reminds me of Kenny chasing his dream.
So guys, first and foremost, I want to thank all of you. Because without you, it wouldn't be possible. All the hours and work we put in, as you can see, it pays off. I started from a place where there's no shot, no chance, and so there's no way out, and I found a way out.
At this time, I would like to invite up the folks from Just Us Sports. Come on up, guys. Just Us Sports is located in New York, where Angelo Martinez donates his time as a coach in the East River Projects. Our very own Kenny Marcus came from those East River Projects. Angelo wanted to give kids from the project a place to go and express themselves in a positive way.
To bring those kids to that event was incredible, because these kids come from a negative environment, and just to show them that, the world is just bigger than the block, it was a priceless moment. And just to have my daughter there, that was incredible for her to share the moment, and especially what she was going through at the time, for her to be there, it was, I'm lost for words for it. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing.
NBOA would like to present Just Us Sports with this $5,000. To accept this donation again is Angela Martinez. Congratulations.
On our way to the trip, Kenny told us we were going to get some type of donation, but I was I was expecting whatever it was, I was going to be appreciative of it. But when the time came and it finally came up and they had this big giant check on stage that he was holding, and he said, we'd like to present this to Angelo Martinez and Just Us Sports. It's a donation of $5,000. We was like, whoa. And then the reaction of the kids, they were like, $5,000? That was the biggest donation we ever got. To go up there and receive that and speak about where we came from and where Kenny came from to the people who didn't know who we were. So that was a moment that I won't forget. I started Just Us Sports as a coach when I was 15 years old in the neighborhood because I had nothing to do. Wanted to keep a few kids off the streets, mean streets where we're from, Spanish Harlem, and just give them opportunity to be the best that they can be in society. And Kenny is a prime example of that. I'm so proud of this young man here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
What I would say to Angelo is continue doing what you're doing. All the work you do is very much appreciated. You're showing these children values. You're showing them how to be loyal. You're showing them to be productive.
Thank you, Angelo, for always being there for me. I appreciate everything that you've done for me and for everyone else in our community, man.
Like I said, you a father figure to all these kids. I love you, man. And if you ever need me to be there, I'm there for you, man.
This right here is what it's about, man. 30 years in the making, and with the grace of the Most High, 20 years from now, my grandson will be sitting right in the same chair saying thank you to Angelo, man.
I want to say thank you to Angelo for doing this for us and doing this for all the little kids to have fun.
Angelo, I love you. I thank God for you. I thank God for everything that you do for these kids and just your dedication, your perseverance. I thank God for you and I love you. And you know, anything I could do for you, I'm here. Just give me a call.
The hope for me now, Just Us Sports, is really just trying to get this community center, like a real community center for the community, not just the kids, the elderly, provide the necessities that are needed, GED programs, rehabilitate these kids coming home from jail, parenting classes, have the young kids interact with our elderly, a real community center. That's what my dream is and my goal, something that I won't give up on. Not only my dream, but for the community because it's much needed. With something like that, I think that, man, it brings so much hope for our future.
This is something that comes from inside of me. This ain't something that I gotta try to be, 'cause I'm just me. And this is something that comes from inside of me. Ooh. And this ain't something that I gotta try to be, 'cause I'm just me. Who knew it could be? Who knew it could be? Who knew it could be so long? Before I could see, before I could see, what I'm doing wrong. I said, this is motivation for all the people who hate it and try to take away from all of the things that I created. I made it. Even if I didn't, I can see it now. I promise one day that I will make my people proud. I feel like an eagle the way I saw.